All right, and here we go, guys. Round 2, Legendary Snails versus Saunamen, and we see Saunamen as aliens here, starting in flight control, and around on the other side of the map, Legendary Snails over in as Marines, doing a 2-2 split, one building in the base, 3 Saunamen aliens streaking into Crossroads right now.
I'm looking at what the Marines are doing. A little bit more conventional. 1 reactor core, 2 vent, basically a 2-2-1 split. Not this kind of crazy 3-2 and none on one side. So Dance and Heracles just scouting out over Crossroads, looking where the aliens are. And the aliens are actually bypassing all the Marines, going straight into the base inside data core. 4 of them!
God.
4 scouts!
Out of position. Snails is out of position. Rios drops out. Lipa takes down the commander. Infantry portal is almost done. This is where they spawn, guys. Okay, the Marines cannot spawn right now.
This could have. There's still one more.
Oh,
it's
wow.
fine. They pulled the second one.
Oh, okay, they got the second one. Okay. I did not see that one in the corner. Phew! All right, well, Legendary Snails almost got caught out of position, but rallied on that that little rush there that Saunamen tried to place on them.
I mean, they like to do that. I mean, in all the matches we've seen them play so far, they almost always constantly did this kind of 4 or 5 skulk crazy pushes, because they know just they only need to buy time. If they force all Marines back, that's cool, because the Harvesters have little free time to grow. Problem right now is the French are already back in position. Eagle Eye and Ray now in complete, working on the crack. Crack already down, just Drifter here, and the aliens are grouping up.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing, see that red mist right there, guys? That comes from this unit called a Drifter. That is actually controlled by the alien commander, and they can basically shoot a ability called Enzyme, and if an alien team member runs into that enzyme, they get increased movement and attack speed. 2 blueprints down here in Crossroads.
So the Marines are trying. I'm looking at the zoning, what they're doing. We have 1 in sub, no one, 2 skulks in ventilation, but 2 Marines on the way, should be fine. I think the Saunamen are doing a great job now on delaying any more attacks. Snails has to watch out to get some RTs. Economy actually on the way, sitting on 4 RTs now, which is okay, but ventilation is pretty low. And they lost an early IP, yeah.
I wonder if the Snails are going to really try to do the same thing Saunamen did to them, is just you know, cut them off in flight control. But right now, I think Saunamen. Let's just look at the kill graph real quick. All right, so 11 to 5. I mean, not many kills right now, but Legendary Snails eking out a little bit better on the
base again. They're going in the base again. 2 skulks inside data core. They snuck their whole way into the base. There's even a Drifter on the way now to that. And the commander's out. Rice is out. And the commander's down. Oh my!
With Enzyme.
Oh my goodness. This is costly.
Melt. They do take down the IPs. This is such a blow to the economy of the Snails. Those cost 20 each.
And look at the minimap. All the Marines fell back to the base. Every single one of them. And now they're losing Crossroads. They will lose sub access as well. And there was no Marine pressure right now. I think Saunamen is playing great right now.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, you bring them back to the base, and you do those kills with those IPs, or take any buildings that you can to kind of hurt their economy so they have to rebuild. And then right when you do it, you can send your team out to undefended RTs all over the map. Beautiful play.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, Snails really have to watch out this zoning. This happens to a lot of teams. If you don't position your Marines nicely, you have to cut down all this kind of possible routes for the skies. You need to scout. Scouting is so important, like in every RTS game. You need to know exactly where the enemy position is. And, I mean, Saunamen is really outplaying the Marines right now.
Valde doing a little bit of RT harassing here in Reactor Core, getting it down to 54% as Heracles comes around the corner. Valde hearing the boot falls of that. He escapes right up into the top crevice right there. Looks like he ends up, he ends up going down, and we're seeing Lipa and Wee moving to Crossroads. Look at beautiful!
Wow!
I love it! Wow! He took him down!
That is King Yo.
That is King Yo. I can't believe he actually did that. 2 skulks enzymed, and he pistols them down. Eagle Eye now moving into computer lab from data core. Tane around the corner.
With the Drifter, you see the commander's quite busy. He knows where it is. Just trying to bait some bullets. That's the only reason why you want to move your drift a little bit. Just baiting bullets. A single bullet can count in this. 4 Skies grouping up against 3 Marines.
Tane does take down Eagle Eye. Dame's coming around the corner. He's going to get wiped out as well.
Nice teamwork.
I mean, you see this happening on the map, right? And you see what happened to the Snails since the beginning of this match. However, have you seen how many extractors they have? They were up to 6 at one point.
I mean, shortly. They're just meant for mass cap. But don't forget, they didn't push. And they're losing all Marines now. They can instantly lose their RTs again. And they're losing RT number 4 at this moment. And, I mean, it costs 10 rest to drop an extractor. And you have to keep it alive for quite some time so it pays off. And if you just look for one instance and see 6 extractor, it doesn't mean a lot. If you will lose them instantly. Look at that. They dropped down to 4 right now. They're losing ventilation. And, I mean, basically, I think Saunamen is a great shape, at least in a much better shape than the French team was as NSL.
I completely agree. There it goes. Enzyme again on Wii. That increases attack speed. I think I said earlier it increases movement speed. That does not. That's
no,
Storm.
just attack.
Sorry.
Just fight.
if I said that, whoops. Heracles, Eagle Eye, and Ray coming through.
So we have a lurk in the field. Llama, the standard lurk, like set on the player card. Tame getting trapped. You know way to survive that. Completely surprised her.
Just drops.
And here we see finally some pressure coming up. Eagle Eye and Ray on the way to Crevice. And there's also Kingyo coming from Atrium. So I think this Harvester should die. Unless there's a really great grouping up here. Laper and the lurk actually coming in. And Kingyo's not in position yet.
Nice job
Wow.
on that Enzyme and clean up there in Crevice.
Ah, is that whip up? Oh yeah. Okay, now I understand. Because of that whip, they couldn't position themselves to the north. And that's why they fell victim to that ambush.
King Yo alone here in Atrium. Up against Enzymed aliens as they're coming through. King Yo backing off.
Nice job, Llama.
And now they're just going to burn down this RT here in Atrium. 2 Marines, Heracles and Dames coming into Crossroads up against Wii, who ends up taking down that extractor before he hits the wall.
Yeah, that's 6 extractors down, which is quite okay. And make that 7 because Atrium is also dying right at this moment. And Saunamen has a solid 3 Harvesters the whole time. And we see the benefit of that. 7.5 minutes in a game, 35 PRS for 3 of the players. Lepa, Valde, and V. And no, Tane even. That makes it 4.
Oh, huge little massive push here by Saunamen just to take down Tames and Heracles here in Crevice. Cleans them out of there. Down over Eagle Eye and Ray in Computer Lab.
Again, they took down the crack, but in the end, they weren't able to take down the Harvester just because of that. I really love dropping cracks. I mean, it just buys a lot of time because as a Marine, they want to kill a crack, which is healing other structures close by first, and it gives the alien enough time to react. It's basically the same you drop Hydras as a Gorge or Clocks. It's just about buying time so you can react and actually reposition, ambush, and set up this kind of teamwork ambush where you all go in together.
Yeah, and I was just about to comment on how well the pack play for Saunamen is right now. Like, we just saw like some really good pack play moments just in the last, what, 3 engagements.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, shotgun's on the way now. So basically, Rise going a little bit more standard. With the exception of mines, after those 2 initial base pushes, he researched mines just to be sure there's nothing happening. Just to be sure there won't be a base rush win. Yeah, so he's now on 1-1, ops into shotguns, and next upgrade will definitely be phase gate.
Eagle Eye gets taken out from the back, leaving Dames vulnerable there in Computer Lab as these guys move on to pressure the sub-access RT. In terms of, we were just talking a little bit about upgrades. Saunamen went Crag Hive first, which allows them to get the trait upgrades, Carapace and Regeneration. They got 100% effectiveness on those as they drop 3 shells down. On the other side, on the Snail side for upgrade, shotguns. They got armor 1, weapons 1, mines. They got an observatory up. They don't have phase gate tech researched. They've been spending all their money on rebuilding RTs.
Yes, Exactly, that's the problem. And if you build 6 extractors, that's 60 teamers you have to spend for that. And if you lose them, they lost 10 RTs in total before the 10-minute mark. This is exceptional good race fighting by Saunamen. And yeah, so we have Fates as a result of that already in the field. I think I saw V blinking around here the map. Tane is egging at the moment, and Laper still saving up the same as Walde.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here, Ray alone here in Crossroads up against Tane. Who's the fade?
Oh, but 2 shotgunners can be close. He has to watch out. I mean, Saunamen, the biggest mistakes they did in the previous matches they lost against Snails was losing the Fates early, but overcommitting against too many shotgunners.
And a beacon.
Saving the shotguns, they just saved one. Damson went down.
Heracles and King Yo going northway through Glass Hallway into Reactor Core. They're going to meet Valde in there. Shouldn't really engage, but I think he will.
Yes.
Shotgun blast to the face.
I mean, in that case, I would say, why not? I mean, there were 2 shotguns. If one goes down, it's really, I mean, annoying to the Marines to either stay on a shotgun, recap it before it disappears, or someone turn around and try to cap the shotgun. It just buys time. And if you have this kind of sneaky position, you can take the chance.
Seeing Eagle Eye and another Snails Marine here being pushed back out of Crossroads.
12 TRS, 11 make that for Snails. No phase gate researched, and even if they research it, which costs 15, they need another 30 to drop 2 phase gates. Oh, look at that! They just dropped the hive in front of 2 shotguns! Oh my god! Eagle Eye downs!
What happened to the scouting? Oh, wow. Drop the hive with 2 Marines there in Crossroads. That could have been horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. That was way more risky than it should have been here. Hopefully. What are you doing? Crazy guy. But yeah, I think that just shows us how confident Saunamen is right now. I think they're pretty sure they won't drop this game. And I mean, they shouldn't. They're basically controlling it. Again, against all the odds. I mean, everyone thought Snails is the favorite team in this matchup.
Yeah, and really, we're seeing right now, we saw already round 1, really strong, methodical Marine play from Saunamen, and now this is very steady play from Saunamen. They're doing a right amount of defense, a right amount of offense right here. They're knowing when to counter. 3 Marines now coming. Huge fight happening here in Crossroads. Oh, Eagle Eye goes down to a parasite. Love catching those kills, and these guys get cleaned up.
Absolutely, and I think they lost 2 more shotguns on this. And look at the PRS of the Marines, there's not much left on it. The shotgun costs 20, and yeah, I think they lost quite a lot of their res flow early in the game. So,
we're seeing right now how bad the Fades can burn through Armor 1, you know, and really, at the end of the day, like, yeah, they had to rebuild a lot of RTs, they lost a lot of money there, but, you know, against these Fades, these Marines are going down so quickly. I mean, and with these players, they're going to be landing these shots pretty well, these swipes pretty well.
Absolutely. I mean, the difference between Armor 1 and Armor 2 is 1 additional swipe you have to hit as a Fade, which is a huge difference.
That could be an extra shotgun blast to the face.
Exactly. The same goes for scouts. They have to bite you 4 times before you die, unless you're getting med spammed by the commander, which takes a lot more than on Nano Shield. But they don't have the resources for that. Which is the good story here for Saunamen.
Dames and Eagle Eye now here. Oh, get cleaned up in Comp Lab. 75% grown on the Crossroads Hive. Wow, Saunamen is pulling out all the stops. These guys are so impressive right now.
Absolutely. I mean, some bad mouse would maybe think that with a new commander this is the result. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Something happened with Saunamen, obviously. They play a complete different game. They're so up. I don't know. They're playing so sharp. I don't know how to say it, because it looks really like a different team here playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's just check crazy right now the graph. I mean, we're seeing here 13 resource towers lost for the Snails. It's 130 30 resources. We almost gets taken down here in this scuffle here down in sub-access by those 3 Marines. Weapons 2 now has started over Armor 1. Biomass 4 now has started for the aliens.
Defensive phase getting sub. Only way to come back. Crossroads obviously is blocked, which is the preferable phase gate location for any Marine team. So they might have to go with the triple gate on Atrium sub and the base, which is also harder to defend. The more phase gates you have, the more time it takes to travel through all of those locations, which makes it a lot harder to defend against a well-coordinated alien team.
These guys are going to meet Ray right around the corner here. Oh, no, they're not, actually. Sorry, Tane passed by Ray, who hid there in Reactor Core. King Yo, Eagle Eye, and Dane's taking down a Harvester here in Computer Lab. Building up the power here. And there's the phase gate.
Yeah, they're relocating that phase gate, which is really nice. I mean, either relocating or going double for the moment. But the moment they grab a hold in the north, they can recycle sub-access gate.
This was kind of a great play here. This is going to really give Saunamen a little bit of problems because it's so close to flight control and, you know, a short walk into Crossroads. It's a very good pressure point right here to where Saunamen's bases are.
Absolutely. They have to really watch out not to overcommit on one of those phase gates. And look at that, Laper, 61 resources. Do you know what it means?
I do know what that means.
Tell the viewers what that means. Yeah, you have...
And he just used it. He used it all.
So you won't miss the timing.
Baldy is at 1 as well. I think we're seeing double Onos.
Oh yeah, I mean they had 4 players saving up, only 2 fates. So
it is
there we go,
Onos.
double Onos. That phase gate is in big troubles. Do they have Umbra researched? It doesn't look like.
Are. Onos is the highest life form for the aliens, guys. You're seeing him right here.
Just quite tanking a lot of damage. Dealing a lot of damage, tanking a lot of damage. The only contra on Onos is it's pretty slow and easy to kill if you have lots of them with jetpacks, but with that force, there was...
They just went for it. They just went for it. They're just like, screw this.
Yeah.
Double Onos, double Fade, and a Lurk. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but not by denying all the resources for the Marines, they're way far away from jetpacks, which they definitely need as a hard counter against the Onos. So, weapon 2 even not done here.
Armory, obviously, that means they can't build a proto lab, means they can't research jetpacks.
They need 95 resources to get to jetpacks and a lot of time.
Yeah, they are out. They've basically been out-teched by Saunamen right now, who slow and steady was at what, 3 and 4 harvesters the entire game.
Yeah, I mean the initial 3 harvesters for so long, and that's all you have to do. I mean, keep the Marines busy by killing their economy, and if there's not that much pressure, or if you kill the pressure teams well enough, then you should be able to get your life forms out. And Saunamen played really great in that regard. Oh my god, Tane near Reactor Core. I
saw that 10%.
Oh god.
Almost got caught.
That's the usual Tane. I know the last like 5 matches it was always Tane dying like instantly with his fate. Really unlucky, although he's one of the best players in NS2 or in NS in general.
We're seeing now these 2 Onai and a Lurk coming into sub-access. This is what it looks like when 2 Onos charge in.
Plus 2 fates. Oh my god. King Yu really smart, hiding behind the props here. The others can't reach it, but they don't care because the shotgun is just tickling them. The phase gate will go down.
Phase gate is going to go down, and they're enzymed. Beautiful job here by Saunamen. Weapons 2 now has been completed for the Snails. I think too little too late. They've been clearly out-teched.
Yeah. King Yu actually killed the Lurk behind the props and is still alive in sub-axles.
I think Saunamen is just pissed. You know, they're just like, they're really taking it back. I'm so proud of these guys. For what?
Oh, Tane goes. It was, of course, Tane.
Almost an all-in for Legendary Snails into the Crossroads Hive. There's a nice bone wall.
Oh my god.
We went down as well.
What's going on? They're losing all the life forms.
Oh my god, here comes the Onos. They got it. These guys got to be careful.
Yeah, 2 Onos are too much.
Guys down.
2 Onos too much. I mean, if it would be 1 Onos, they could focus fire down, but 2 Onos too much to handle. And so yeah, they're saving up the Hive. And I think without any phase gate, with I mean, the only thing that might keep the French still playing is the fact they killed 2 Fates. Otherwise, I would type GG right now. But I think they will keep trying. Look at that. Kingo coming there, Eagle Eye coming there to Glass Hallway. They're not even grouping up, they're going one by one right now.
Oh my god, it keeps dropping.
Four Marines now inside Crossroads. Just LMGs, no shotguns, they cannot afford any more guns. But they're keeping that honors at bay at least, killing down the VIP. Eventually they will run out of ammo, that all the resources they have to spend will be on NL. Just be dropping, here we go! 2 honors charging in, Heracles is going down with that Ensign Cloud and Eli, and just 2 Marines left. I think they will jump down. Oh, there we go.
Nothing's working on my thing.
Oh, rated actually hide.
Well, nothing is working. I can't get the stream back up.
Oh, the stream is done?
Yeah.
Oh. Frack me.
Frack me.
You got 2,900 viewers.
I know. And it's gonna go down.
Is the frames dropping? We have to restart the stream?
Nothing is working.
Should I keep talking? I don't know. Did they hear
Well,
me?
you can for yours, but I'm
Okay.
gonna restart XSplit.
Alright, so we see Kingo trying his best against 2 Skulks and 2 Honors now inside sub-axis. Not much he can do. Again, the next desperate attempt to push into Crossroads. 4 Marines, Eagle Eye, Ray, Heracles, and Dams. They just keep pushing. Bone molds being used here. Just to buy a little bit more time as the Honors charge in to save that hive. They're losing some of the structures, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Because Tane already back up to 40 Peters. He can go instantly fade like we can with 5 Harvesters in the back. And there we go, finally. GG being called by Legendary Snails. And we see a 2-0 lead by Saunamen, which is really impressive. I mean, really impressive. Great job, guys.